Imagine searching for a specific book in a vast library. Imagine that library is one where everything is in a single, messy pile, with no order or system. That's precisely what studying life would be like without a system of classification. It would be utter chaos. To make sense of the millions of living organisms that inhabit our planet, from the largest whales to the smallest bacteria, we rely on biological classification, a structured system that organizes life based on evolutionary relationships, shared characteristics, and unique features. This allows us to understand the connections between different life forms. Classification isn't just about sorting organisms into neat little boxes. It's a powerful tool for understanding how organisms are related to each other, tracing their evolutionary history, and uncovering the story of life on Earth. Taxonomy, the science of meticulously naming and grouping organisms according to established rules and principles, lets scientists worldwide communicate clearly and precisely about different species, avoiding confusion caused by regional names or imprecise descriptions. This comprehensive system is the very backbone of biology, providing a framework for all other biological studies. It's essential for helping us track biodiversity across the globe, study the intricate workings of ecosystems, and develop effective strategies to fight diseases that threaten both humans and wildlife. Early classification systems, like the one developed by Aristotle, grouped animals primarily by their habitat, whether they lived in the water, on land, or in the air. However, these early systems were ultimately too simple and superficial to capture the true complexity of life. For example, bats and birds both possess the ability to fly, but at a fundamental level, in terms of their anatomy, physiology, and evolutionary history, they're vastly different creatures. Modern classification methods delve much deeper, meticulously considering factors such as cell structure, modes of nutrition, genetic makeup, and the long, intricate path of evolutionary history. The groundbreaking invention of the microscope, coupled with revolutionary advances in the field of genetics, revealed entirely new worlds of microscopic organisms and unveiled previously unknown relationships between species, fundamentally reshaping our classification system. Today's classification system allows us to map the entire tree of life, visually demonstrating how all living things, from the smallest bacteria to the largest whales, are interconnected through the threads of evolution. It stands as our essential guide to understanding and appreciating the breathtaking beauty and profound complexity of the living world that surrounds us. For centuries, our understanding of the natural world was quite limited. Life was neatly split into just two categories, plants and animals. This simple division seemed sufficient for a long time, but as scientific tools advanced and our knowledge deepened, glaring exceptions began to emerge. What about fungi, with their unique mode of nutrition, or bacteria, those tiny single-celled powerhouses? They simply didn't fit into either the plant or animal kingdom. As discoveries grew exponentially, fueled by innovations in microscopy and biochemistry, it became increasingly clear that we needed a more comprehensive and nuanced system to classify the vast diversity of life on Earth. The old system was creaking under the weight of new knowledge. In 1969, a pivotal moment arrived. Robert Whittaker, an American ecologist, introduced a groundbreaking concept, the five-kingdom classification. This new system proposed 5 distinct kingdoms: Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae, and Animalia. Each kingdom represented a fundamental level of biological organization. This revolutionary system wasn't arbitrary. It was based on 3 main, well-defined criteria, providing a logical framework for classification. The first criterion was cell structure, specifically whether an organism's cells were prokaryotic or eukaryotic. The second was body organization, distinguishing between unicellular organisms, composed of a single cell, and multicellular organisms, with complex arrangements of cells. And the third, crucial criterion, was mode of nutrition, differentiating between autotrophic organisms, which produce their own food, and heterotrophic organisms, which obtain nutrients from external sources. Monera, the first kingdom, includes all prokaryotes, simple single-celled organisms lacking a nucleus and other complex organelles. The other 4 kingdoms, Protista, Fungi, Plantae, and Animalia, are all eukaryotes, characterized by cells with a nucleus and more complex internal structures. Within the eukaryotes, Protista is mostly unicellular, containing a diverse group of organisms that don't quite fit into the other eukaryotic kingdoms. And the remaining 3 kingdoms, Fungi, Plantae, and Animalia, are predominantly multicellular, showcasing increasing levels of complexity in their organization. Furthermore, Fungi obtain nutrients by absorption, plants produce their own food through photosynthesis, and animals ingest food, each representing a distinct mode of nutrition. Whittaker's system brought much-needed clarity and order to the seemingly chaotic diversity of life, providing a framework for understanding the relationships between different organisms. It allowed scientists to see evolutionary relationships more clearly, tracing the lineage of different groups and understanding how they diverged over time. This foundational framework is still the cornerstone for how we study and understand living things, guiding research and education in biology to this day. It's a logical and intuitive map for exploring the vast and fascinating living world, providing a structure for organizing our knowledge. And it all started with the fundamental need to make sense of life's inherent complexity, to find patterns and relationships within the incredible biodiversity that surrounds us. Welcome to Kingdom Monera, a realm unseen by the naked eye, yet teeming with life. It's home to the oldest and most numerous organisms on our planet, the bacteria. These microscopic entities have been around for billions of years, shaping the very course of evolution. They are the true pioneers of life. All monerans are prokaryotes, a classification that speaks to their fundamental cellular structure. This means they are simple cells without a true nucleus to house their genetic material, or complex organelles to carry out specialized functions. Their simplicity, however, belies their incredible adaptability and resilience. Most are unicellular, existing as single, independent cells. Each cell is a self-sufficient unit, carrying out all of life's functions independently, from nutrient uptake to reproduction. Their nutrition is remarkably diverse. Some are autotrophs, meaning they can make their own food using energy from sunlight through photosynthesis, or from chemicals through chemosynthesis. But the majority are heterotrophs, meaning they obtain their nutrition by consuming organic matter, playing a crucial role in decomposition and nutrient recycling. Kingdom Monera is further split into two distinct domains, Archaebacteria and Eubacteria, each with its own unique characteristics and evolutionary history. Archaebacteria are renowned for their ability to thrive in extreme environments, places where most other life forms would perish. Think boiling hot springs, highly acidic or alkaline environments, extremely salty lakes, and even the digestive tracts of animals, like cow guts. Their unique cell wall structure, composed of different lipids and lacking peptidoglycan, allows them to withstand these harsh conditions, giving them a competitive edge in these specialized niches. Eubacteria, on the other hand, are ubiquitous, meaning they are literally everywhere. They inhabit soil, water, air, and even the bodies of plants and animals, including us, forming complex microbial communities. They exhibit a remarkable diversity in shape, coming in forms like spheres, which are called cocci, rods known as bacilli, and spirals or spirilla. While some eubacteria are pathogenic, causing diseases, many are incredibly helpful, like the lactic acid bacteria used in yogurt production, or the nitrogen-fixing bacteria that live in the root nodules of plants, converting atmospheric nitrogen into a usable form. Others can cause diseases, but most are vital for nutrient cycles, breaking down organic matter and releasing essential elements back into the environment. Bacteria are the invisible engines of ecosystems, driving processes that sustain all other forms of life. They connect the past and present of life on Earth, providing a glimpse into the origins of life and the evolutionary pathways that have shaped our world. Without them, life as we know it wouldn't exist. They are the foundation upon which all other ecosystems are built. Kingdom Protista is the catch-all for eukaryotes that don't fit elsewhere. Most protists are unicellular, but some are colonial or multicellular, like kelp. They can be plant-like, animal-like, or fungus-like, making this kingdom incredibly diverse. Protists have true nuclei and organelles, setting them apart from Monera. Their nutrition varies. Some photosynthesize, others hunt, and some absorb nutrients. Major groups include diatoms with beautiful silica shells, dinoflagellates which can cause red tides, and euglenoids which can switch between plant and animal modes. Protozoans are animal-like protists, moving with pseudopods, flagella, or cilia. Some, like Plasmodium, cause diseases such as malaria. Protists are key players in aquatic food webs and nutrient cycles. They bridge the gap between simple and complex life. Studying them reveals the evolutionary links among all eukaryotes. Protista is where diversity and adaptability truly shine. Fungi were once mistaken for plants, but they're unique. They're heterotrophs, absorbing nutrients from their surroundings. Fungi release enzymes to break down organic matter, then absorb the nutrients, making them nature's recyclers. Their bodies are networks of hyphae, forming a mycelium, often hidden underground. The mushroom is just the fruiting body for spore production. Fungal cell walls are made of chitin, not cellulose. Most fungi are saprophytes, feeding on dead material, but some are parasites or form symbiotic relationships, like mycorrhizae with plants. Major groups include Ascomycetes, yeasts, morels, Basidiomycetes, mushrooms, and Zygomycetes, bread mold. Fungi are essential for nutrient cycling and ecosystem health. Without them, dead matter would pile up and nutrients would be locked away. They're the unsung heroes of the natural world. Kingdom Plantae powers life on land. Plants are multicellular, eukaryotic, and autotrophic. They make food through photosynthesis. Using chlorophyll, they turn sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide into glucose and release oxygen. Plant cells have cellulose walls, large vacuoles, and chloroplasts. The plant kingdom ranges from simple algae and mosses to towering trees and flowering plants. Non-vascular plants like mosses lack transport systems and stay small and moist. Vascular plants evolve tubes, xylem and phloem, to move water and nutrients, allowing them to grow larger and live in drier places. Ferns reproduce with spores, while seed plants dominate today. Gymnosperms, like pines, have naked seeds. Angiosperms, flowering plants, protect seeds in fruit. Angiosperms are the most diverse and successful group. Plants shape ecosystems, provide food, and produce the oxygen we breathe. They're the foundation of life on Earth. Kingdom Animalia is where we belong. Animals are multicellular, eukaryotic, and ingestive heterotrophs. They eat and digest food internally. Without rigid cell walls, animal cells are flexible, allowing for movement and specialized tissues. Most animals are motile at some stage, using muscles and nerves to respond to their environment. Animals show incredible diversity, from sponges to humans. They're divided into invertebrates, no backbone, and vertebrates, with backbone. Invertebrates make up the vast majority, including insects, worms, and mollusks. Vertebrates include fish, amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals, each with unique adaptations for survival. Some entities defy the five kingdoms. Viruses are just genetic material in a protein coat, unable to reproduce without a host cell. They're not truly alive, but they can hijack cells to make more viruses. Viroids are even simpler, tiny RNA strands that infect plants, causing disease. Prions are infectious proteins with no genetic material, causing fatal brain diseases like mad cow disease. These agents challenge our definition of life. Lichens are a partnership between a fungus and an alga or cyanobacterium. The fungus provides structure and absorbs water. The photosynthetic partner makes food. Together, they survive in extreme environments and are sensitive indicators of air quality. Lichens show the power of cooperation in nature. Viruses, viroids, and prions remind us that life's boundaries are blurry. They push us to rethink what it means to be alive. The living world is full of surprises. From bacteria to blue whales, life's diversity is astonishing. Whittaker's 5 kingdoms give us a framework to understand this complexity. Classification is more than names. It's a map of relationships and evolution. It helps us see the roles organisms play. Producers, consumers, decomposers, even outliers like viruses and lichens teach us about the limits and creativity of life. Our systems are tools to make sense of nature's complexity. Every organism has its place in the grand library of life. Classification lets us appreciate the order and wonder of the living world.